We are so delighted to have, for the third year now running, FloralFantasia here on show at the RHS Garden, Hyde Hall. And honestly, the one thing that I can say is the joy and charm of what's actually here at FloralFantasia delights the visitors when they are coming through the garden. We really have had a wondrous response from loads of people. It's an absolute challenge in so many ways to be able to deliver something like this, and I must say a huge thank you to all of the people involved in being able to deliver this. In particular, I must obviously mention Peter Seabrook, but also this year Fleuroselect, who have really helped us in delivering a fabulous show here. In particular, the Rudbeckias that are on display at the back of the garden and in full flower as we presently speak. It is an absolute delight to have FloralFantasia running, and I'm hoping that it will continue year after year. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Fleuroselect Year of the Rudbeckia trial at the RHS Hyde Hall in Essex, the UK. This is the only full trial of the Rudbeckia varieties in the UK. There's a smaller trial of seed raised varieties at Harlow, and this is the current promotion for this year, really the brainchild of the home garden group of Fleuroselect, starting with the Year of the Sunflower in 2015 and then going on through the Year of the Cosmos, Zinnia, Marigold, Nasturtium, and up to date the Rudbeckia in 2020. But this trial has demonstrated the wonderful performance of some outstanding varieties from breeders across the world. I'd like to mention a few that have really stuck in my mind and again have been highlighted here as we've looked through the trial this morning. The Fleuroselect Gold Medal winner, Amarillo from Benari Seeds in Germany, has done very well here. Compact plants, flowering nicely. And the other older variety, which still holds good, is Toto Gold. And then moving on from that, in the darker colours, we have a variety called Monteverde, which is much taller, extremely nice rusty red colours. And then Ruby Ruby, a really intense, deep ruby red with semi-double and double flowers from Thompson & Morgan's breeding. And then Autumn Colours, which is a stunning variety, quite compact and uniform, again rusty red autumnal colours. And probably one of the stars of the show here today is a variety called Viviani from Hemsarden. It's really been an outstanding performer both here and at Harlow in Yorkshire, where the flowers have been very large. It's been covered in bloom since really the end of June. And then Irish Spring, a variety with a green cone from Flecker Saathandel in Germany, has also performed extremely well. It probably needs a little bit of reselection work, but has been very impressive here. And that rather contradicts the common name of the Rudbeckia in the United States, which is known as the Black-Eyed Susan. Can be quite confusing because in the UK we tend to think of Thunbergia as being the Black-Eyed Susan, and so we have to try and bear that in mind as we're discussing this and using common names. The Black-Eyed Susan is Rudbeckia in the United States, but a Thunbergia here in the UK.
We have a very good team of judges, 12 people, that represent all sections of the trade. Mike Smith, who actually raised the seedlings at the beginning, very good bedding plant grower. And then Fergus Garrett from Great Dixter, you know, one of the great gardeners as far as Britain is concerned. We had 3 trial grounds managers. Paul Hansord, our chairman, was many years ago, of course, a trials ground manager for Unwins at Histon. And then we had Jim Marshall, former gardens advisor to the National Trust, a cut flower grower, a seed raiser, a really good cross-section of judges. But I can tell you, it was a tough job trying to sort out award winners from close on 60 seed-raised cultivars. And then surrounding me are the vegetatively propagated Rudbeckia. I've been growing Rudbeckia since, 1958, and the advances made over the years with seed raised were pretty impressive, but I hadn't seen the micro-propagated kinds that we've got here, and they are outstanding. The uniformity down the row, the flower production, the weather resistance, their upright vigour. Around me here are what are called the smileys, and really the colour range, the bicolours, I've not seen anything like them. And then right behind me are the Sunbeckias. Goodness, they're something else. Huge flowered, repeat flowering, really rigid, upright plants. And if you put those in a container where the root isn't checked at any time, because it is important that you keep these growing, they'll make plants 1 metre or more across. We didn't realise when we planted the trial just how well they would grow, and some of our plants here are just a little too close, I'm afraid. You need to remember that we're on a hilltop here, and in the last 3 or so weeks we've had 2 tremendous gales, and the wind just thrashes things. I mean, it took 1 or 2 dahlias off at ground level, and so you can see how weather resistant the modern Rudbeckias are. Actually, we had another benefit here with the recruitment of Molly Kreisman. She came straight from a fine arts degree in university and had this lot to look after.
What a fantastic job, Peter. She's really looked after this very well. The weeding and the general maintenance is superb. And what about the deadheading?
Well, I'd come once a week and say, there's some dead heads there, Molly.